And welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. This is the Sacramento Report, and I'm Steve Swat. My guest this segment is Mike Feuer, a member of the State Assembly from Southern California, from parts of Griffith Park and San Fernando Valley, all the way through Beverly Hills and into Topanga.
That's right. It's great to be back.
And it's nice to have you back here. I want to talk about a couple of pieces of legislation that you're dealing with as you end your 6 years in Sacramento, and some of your final pieces of legislation. One I know is it's kind of esoteric, but it's important. It deals with some new protections for new car buyers.
Right. So the LA Times did a several-part series on what are called the buy here, pay here car dealers. They're an increasingly prevalent form of used car sales in California and elsewhere across the nation. Among the features of buy here, pay here is the mandate that the buyer of the car pay each month in person. They can turn off your car by remote control with buy here, pay here. They do other things too. They sell cars again and again. The Times just did another story indicating that the average mileage on these cars can be 90 to 130,000 miles. That's what the industry itself reports. And they sell these cars 4, 5, 6 times over. So I've written legislation to provide some new protections to consumers. One of which is, for the first time ever, a used car purchaser to buy here, pay here dealer would have a minimum warranty on that car. We had an expert from the Navy come testify about the importance of assuring these cars don't just break down as they leave the lot, giving an example in San Diego of how a service member purchased a car and then gave it back, even though she still owed $8,000 because the required repairs on the car would dramatically outstrip even the value of the vehicle. That bill is on the verge of passage here in Sacramento.
There is some opposition from independent dealers, and they say that the industry already is burdened by regulations. If you put more regulations on them, that'll be a disincentive for them to provide financing.
Well, I have to say...
Anti-consumer, in other words, that's what they're saying.
The protections on the vehicles that we're talking about include you cannot make the purchaser pay in person every month. If you're going to turn the car off remotely, the purchaser has to have notice in advance so it's not dangerous for that person. And a minimum warranty should be required so the car won't break down as it leaves the lot. If they can't function with those basic rules in place, then there's something quite wrong with their business practices. And I should say, there is not a single consumer organization opposed to this legislation. They support the bill.
Let me ask you about an Assembly joint resolution, which is not obviously no force of law. It's only a resolution, but it's asking the President and Congress to reinstate the assault weapons ban, which we had for 10 years and had expired in 2004. Obviously, it's a response to what happened in Aurora, Colorado.
But more than that, it's a top public safety priority for me, and public safety has been a hallmark of my career since I first was an LA City Council member. I've written a number of pieces of legislation designed to address gun violence issues, always with the support of our top law enforcement officials. I recently held a town hall meeting in Los Angeles with the Sheriff of Los Angeles County and the acting police chief. They said to me and to the group assembled, the top priority on gun violence they had was getting the assault weapons ban renewed. There is not a single public safety reason that someone needs an assault weapon, either for self-defense or for hunting, but they cause great carnage. In recent days, 2 police officers in Louisiana were murdered through an assault weapons attack and 2 others left severely wounded. How many such incidents will it take before we ban weapons that only are used for the purpose of destruction and cannot be used for defense or for a reasonable hunting situation?
All right, we're going to have to end it there because we're out of time. But Mike Feuer, thanks for coming by and talking about these issues. We really appreciate it.
Always great to be here. Thank you. And
thanks to our viewers for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. If you want to see this and other interviews, you can catch them on YouTube and also my Government on Demand. I'm Steve Swat. Have a great day.